Today, I will take you through a 40-minute full body strengthening yoga workout. This session is suitable for both beginner and intermediate yogis. This class will have you feeling nice and strong and toned. I look forward to joining you on the mat. Kia ora and welcome to Asana with Jess. Starting in our easy pose, our Sukhasana. Legs crossed, palms facing up, index finger and thumb together to circulate energy through your body. Focusing on your breath, slow the breathing, and when you exhale out all that bad energy, calming the mind. When you are ready, open your eyes and turn yourself lengthways down your mat, tucking the knees into the chest, and roll onto your back, taking some gentle rocks from side to side. This helps to massage the spine. Place your feet on the ground, hip width apart. Placing the palms down for support, inhale, and on the exhale, lift your hips into the sky for a hip bridge. You want a straight line from your knees to your shoulders, intertwining your fingers below your hips. Tense the thighs, lifting the hips further up. Ensure your chin is tucked in to elongate the neck. An option for this pose is to bring your hands onto opposite shoulders. This ensures that you're really using your hips to stabilize you and not relying on your shoulders or your hands to keep you up. Inhale, and on the exhale, release your body to the earth. Tuck the knees into the chest and take a moment here. Begin to straighten the legs out, and as you do this, use a gentle rocking motion to bring your body up into a boat pose. You can take a variation of this pose by bending the knees and keeping the ankles parallel with the knees. This makes it a little bit easier. Tuck the knees into the chest, inhale, and on the exhale, lengthen the legs out back into that boat pose, engaging the core. Tuck the knees into the chest, inhale, exhale, and lengthen. tucking the knees into the chest one last time and lengthening. Plant your feet on the ground hip width apart with your fingers facing forward, squeezing the glutes, lifting the hips up so that your knees are parallel to your shoulders and tipping your head all the way back. And release from this pose. Cross your legs, bringing your arms in front of you and pushing your feet out behind you, coming into our plank. Take a chaturanga and come into upward facing dog, taking a moment to breathe here. Now push back on the toes and untuck them, coming into our downward facing dog. Letting the sternum drop towards your mat, imagining a string is pulling the hips to the sky. Step forward into low lunge, followed by the other foot coming into a forward fold. Halfway lengthen, exhale, fold. Bend at the knees, bringing the hands to the sky and down to heart center. Inhale, stretch the arms back, baby back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank and take your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Push the hips to the sky, untuck the toes for downward dog. Place your left hand in the middle of your mat and stack your feet, bringing your right arm into the sky above you, taking a side plank. To make this pose easier, you can bend your left knee and place it on the ground, keeping the right leg stretched out. You can choose to look straight ahead or down at your mat, whichever is easiest. Stretching that arm out above you and engaging the core. And releasing that right arm to the mat, coming back into our downward dog. And flow through to plank, taking your chaturanga. And pushing the hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Step through to low lunge, followed by the other foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, exhale, fold. Bend at the knees, bringing the hands to the sky and down to heart center. Inhale, and on the exhale, bring the arms behind you, taking a back bend, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, exhale, step back into plank, taking your chaturanga, and into upward facing dog. Push the hips back into our downward dog once more. This time, place your right hand in the middle of your mat, stack the feet and bring the left arm into the sky, stretching that arm up, looking forward or down at your mat. Remembering you can bend that right knee and place it on the mat for an easier version of this pose. Lifting the hips up, keeping a straight line from the shoulders to the ankles. And bringing that left hand to the mat, coming into our downward dog. Lift the left foot into three-legged dog, bend at the knee and place that foot down. Turning the right foot 180 degrees so it's facing sideways, coming up into our warrior two. Briefly flipping the palms up and back down to release the tension in the shoulders. Checking that your arms are level. To add some movement now, we're going to stretch the left arm forward and stretch the right arm back. Forward and back, keeping the legs exactly the same, but just adding this gentle tugging motion. Taking one more here and coming back into warrior two. Tip the right arm back, bringing the left arm over the head, reverse warrior. And tilt the left arm, bringing it to the left leg, bringing the right arm over the head, extended side angle. You can stay here, but if you'd like to advance this pose, bring your hands into a prayer position, bringing that left elbow towards your left knee. And to advance this even more, you can bring that left arm all the way to the mat, extending the right arm above the head. Inhale, and on the exhale, come back into our warrior two. Straighten out that left leg, tip towards it like a teapot, bringing that left hand to your left ankle and right arm above the head. Trying to make a straight line with your body for our triangle pose. When you are ready, engage the core and lift yourself back up. Turn the toes inwards and take a wide-legged forward fold. Turning the toes slightly inwards to protect the ankles. Bring the hands and rest them on the front of your ankles, deepening this pose with every breath. Walk your hands towards your right foot and bend that right knee. Keeping the left foot at 180 degrees, bring the hands up into our warrior two pose. Briefly flipping the palms up to release tension in the shoulders. Now go ahead and add some movement, pulling that right arm forward and pulling the left arm back, taking the gentle tugging motion again. Taking one more here and returning to our warrior two. Tipping the left arm back, bringing the right arm over the head, reverse warrior. And bringing the right arm to your right knee, left arm over the head, extended side angle. Remembering you can bring your hands to prayer pose, bringing that right elbow to your right knee for a variation of this pose, or bringing that right arm all the way to the mat, left arm above the head. Whichever variation you are in, engage the core and come back up into our warrior two. Straighten out that right leg and tip towards it like a teapot into our triangle pose. Lift yourself back up, turn the toes inwards and take a wide-legged forward fold, bringing the hands to the ankles. Walk your hands towards your left foot this time, coming into low lunge, pushing that left foot back into plank position and taking your vinyasa, flowing into upward facing dog and downward dog. Lift the right leg into the sky for three-legged dog. Bend at the knee, placing that foot to the right of your hands. Place your back knee down onto the mat and untuck the toes. Using your right hand, push that knee away from you, rolling your foot onto its side. Now you can choose to keep that hand there or move both hands to the mat, or you can come down to your elbows. This is our lizard pose. Feel free to close your eyes and fully relax into this pose. Inhaling deeply and with every exhale sinking that little bit deeper into this hip opener. Open your eyes when you are ready and slowly make your way back onto your hands. Tuck the toes under and push that right leg back into your three-legged dog. Try and push that foot a little bit higher, but keeping your hips square. And releasing that foot to the earth. Now lift the left foot into the sky this time for three-legged dog. Bend at the knee, placing that foot down to the left of your hands. Dropping the back knee and untucking the toes. Once again, pushing that knee out with your left hand, moving your foot onto its side for our lizard pose. Taking whichever variation you feel comfortable with, staying on your hands or coming down to your elbows. Breathe in to any tight spots and relax deeper into this pose. When you are ready, come back up onto your hands if you are in the elbows variation. Tuck the toes under and push that left leg back into three-legged dog. See if you can push that foot a little bit higher, but keeping your hips parallel to the mat. And release that foot to the mat. Roll vertebrae by vertebrae into plank and take your chaturanga, coming into upward facing dog. And pushing the hips to the sky, untucking the toes for downward dog. Step forward, low lunge, followed by the other foot, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, exhale, fold. Bend at the knees, bring the hands into the sky and down to heart center. Take a moment here to reset and catch your breath. Focusing on a spot on the ground, lift your right foot and grab your big toe with your left hand. You can stay here if you like, but if you're ready, extend that right leg out in front of you, bringing your right arm directly behind you. Try and keep your torso upright and your back straight. This is a modification of hand to big toe pose. When you are ready, bend at the knee and release that foot to the floor. Take a forward fold, resetting for the next pose. Inhale, and on the exhale, releasing the hands, bending at the knees, and bringing the hands to the sky, bringing them to heart center. We're going to do the same pose on the other side. Focusing on a spot on the floor, lift your left leg this time, pulling that toe in towards you with your right hand. You can stay here, but you can also elongate that leg if you want to go further, bringing the left arm directly behind you. This is a very deep pose, incorporating both stretching and balancing motions. Now gently pull that foot back in towards you and release that foot to the earth. Hinging at the hips, coming into another forward fold, intertwining the fingers behind your legs. Releasing the fingers, bending the knees, bringing the hands to the sky and keeping them there, and taking a squat pose, making sure your feet are hip width apart. Coming into our chair pose, our Utkatasana. Coming back up to standing, coming onto your tippy toes, and very slowly coming back into that chair pose, but making your way towards the mat. Don't beat me to the mat, we want it nice and controlled. Once you reach the mat, come onto your bum with your legs out in front of you. With your hands in prayer, keep an upright position with your body at a 90-degree angle. Tuck your right leg under, bending at the knee. Bring the arms into the air and take a forward fold. It's okay if you can't reach your foot, just reach as far as what is comfortable, trying to bend from the hips, not from the back. Focusing on your prana, inhaling deeply, and with every exhale, sinking a little bit closer towards that foot. When you are ready, release from this pose and come back up. Straighten the right leg out and take a forward fold with both legs extended. Remembering to bend from the hips, not the back. It can help to keep your eyes and your head upright. This can stop you from bending too far. Keeping the legs as straight as possible and bending a little bit closer towards those toes. Inhale, and on the exhale, lift your body back up. This time, tuck the left leg under, bending at the knee. Bring your arms above your head and lean towards that right foot, taking a one-legged seated forward fold. Do a quick body scan. Are there any places that feel tight? If there are, focus your breath towards these spots, breathing deeply, bringing oxygen to the muscles. Inhale, and on the exhale, elongate that left leg out in front of you again, taking a forward fold with both legs extended. Inhale, and on your exhale, point the toes and continue your forward fold. This ignites a slightly different stretch in the hamstrings. Lift your torso up and release from this pose. When you are ready, bring your legs out wide, flex the toes, and take a forward fold towards the mat. This is a slightly different forward fold, a wide-legged one. If you can, bring your elbows to the mat. Focus your gaze towards the top of your mat. You can choose to keep your elbows bent, or you can try elongating your arms out in front of you. Another option is to take hold of your feet, and you can use your feet to pull yourself towards the mat, inching deeper into this pose. Focusing on your prana, your life force, your breath, syncing your breath with the movement. Each time you inch closer towards the mat, breathe in and exhale. Pull your torso back upright. Inhale, and on the exhale, pull your left arm towards your left foot, bringing your right arm over the head, looking up underneath that armpit. Incorporating a nice side stretch into our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale Exhale and pull yourself back up to center. This time, take your right arm towards your right foot, bringing the left arm over the head. Looking up underneath that left armpit. Feeling that deep stretch down the left side body. When you are ready, come back upright and take one last wide-legged forward fold. And release, bringing your legs into a cross-legged position. Place your hands at your heart and bring your thumbs right towards your chest so you can feel your heart beating. You showed up here today for yourself. And you've completed a deep stretch and strengthen yoga session. It is time to thank your body for taking you through this class. And take one last chance to calm the mind, breathing in deeply through the nose and exhaling slowly through the mouth. Thank you for joining me for yoga today in the beautiful Pauanui beach. Sending you love and light. Namaste.